My name is Leo Casey. I am Executive Director at the Schenker Institute, and I am pleased to present our panel this afternoon on teaching sexual consent and egalitarian relationships in the Me Too era. For those of you who feel inspired to tweet, the hashtag we have for this event is Teach Me Too. Hashtags, if tweeting has led to sort of illiterate summaries, hashtags has taken it to a sort of insane length. So what I will do is introduce our panelists briefly and then go directly to them. The first panelist we will hear from this afternoon is Malcolm Davis, who has spent 14 years as an educator in Baltimore City schools, beginning as a para-educator in kindergarten, and also working as an intern of students with learning disabilities. Malcolm spends a lot of time with the little ones, and he will talk to us today about this topic in relationship to education with them, but he also spends time in his summer working with teenagers. He has worked on a number of committees with respect to Baltimore public schools and has received a number of awards for his work as an educator. Malcolm will be followed by Stephanie Hoover. Stephanie is a researcher in this field and a practitioner in this field. She has a PhD and she is a counseling psychologist and research scientist at the Center for Health Equity Research, Department of Social Medicine, University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. She has produced, I think, some of the most interesting work looking at how the question of sexual consent education plays out in a post-secondary setting. I think she will have some interesting things to say both about that and about what sort of interventions are appropriate in that setting. We will then go to Ariana Kelly. She is a delegate in the Maryland House of Delegates, which is our state legislature here for those of you outside of Maryland. She's represented the 16th District since 2010. You have some of your constituents in the audience. And she currently serves as the Deputy Majority Whip. She has a long history of involvement in issues for women and girls. And in 2018, she was the critical person in passing legislation that requires consent education be included as part of Maryland's sexual education curriculum. And this made Maryland a leader in the nation and sparked national conversations with regard to this. And then we will conclude with Janella Hines. Since 2002, Janella Hines has been the Vice President for Academic High Schools at the United Federation of Teachers in New York City. I'm especially proud of her because she followed me in that office. She has also been Secretary-Treasurer of the New York City Central Labor Council for a number of years. She has, going back to 1996, she has worked as a social studies teacher, dean, and conflict resolution specialist in New York City high schools. And Janella was the force behind the resolution, which you will find in your packet, that was passed at the AFT convention that that spoke to this topic, put the AFT on record. So without any further speechifying on my part, we will start with Malcolm. And you need to, it's counterintuitive, but when the red light is on, that means your mic is on. Okay.